Did you buy your wife an e-bike that was way too big, way too heavy, way too tall, way too cumbersome, and way too powerful for her to ride, so she doesn't even ride it? Well, if you're one of those guys that did that, this might be the solution. This is the Eskute C100 step-through frame 350 watt e-bike with 26-inch wheels. So it's basically a smaller e-bike that's lower and lightweight for the ladies to easily ride. So in this video, I'm going to unbox this bike and assemble it and then do a quick overview, but I'll have a full review in another video.
It is time to go ride bikes. The weather's beautiful out and you got to go out and ride e-bikes, right? So as you can see, I have a nice collection of e-bikes I've been doing reviews of, and a company called Eskute is what I call them. I don't know the exact pronunciation of the name. Maybe it's Eskute, but I like to call it Eskute. I got this e-bike here, and I'm going to unbox it and show it to you guys. Matter of fact, let me show you the other one that they sent me. If you haven't heard of these guys before, I actually did a full review on their Eskute Netuno mountain bike. So this is a hardtail front suspension hub drive e-bike with an integrated battery bank in the front, and then I forget how many watts this is. I think it's a 500 watt motor in the back, I believe. I can't remember. I got so many e-bikes I kind of forget the number sometimes. But yeah, I ride this bike quite a bit actually. I put knobby tires on there to go off-roading. It's got mechanical disc brakes. It's got this cool integrated LCD screen in the headset, which is kind of different than everybody else. Usually these companies will do these little clamp-on style, where Eskute does this very, I don't know, it's a very stylish kind of headset that's integrated into the headset. So that's kind of nice. That's what they're kind of known for. So budget friendly, but still gives you nice refinement. Very cool bike. We use this camping quite a bit now, and we're going to keep on using these bikes camping. But we got a new one. So this is their brand new step-through e-bike. If you ever take your bikes camping like we do, we load all these bikes up in the back of my truck, and you'll find real quick that the fat tire e-bikes are gigantic. They're literally like just over 5 feet long, almost 6 feet long in some cases. But these fat tire bikes are cool, but they're very big and bulky and cumbersome. So this new e-bike here kind of solves that problem, where now we can bring a smaller, more manageable e-bike. So let's go ahead and unbox this thing and I'll show you what it's all about. All right, so first thing I noticed right when I unboxed it, it is packaged really well, which is a good sign of a quality bicycle. Again, this one has the street tires with fenders. That's a step through. So there's going to be a whole lot of zip ties I got to take off of this thing. Parts.
Some people cut the box away from the e-bike. I just lay the box down and slide the bike right out.
All right. Here we go. Got it out. That's how I do it anyways. Ooh, look at that. That's nice. It's my first brown saddle I've ever had. Pedals. Kickstand. Axle skewer. The battery charger. It's pretty small actually. This is so it's a 2 amp battery charger. So pretty small, enough to get the job done. And a toolkit. There's the front wheel with the disc brake. Keep that protector on until you're ready.
If you look close, that's a quill stem, just like your parents had in the 70s.
It'll probably be a lot easier to put that front wheel on with the seat and the handlebars already on the bike and flip it over. I put some padding on the handlebars and the seat so I don't scratch anything up. So let's give it a try. There we go. Here we go. Much easier. Boom. Just like that. We're gonna have to adjust the brakes though. While the bike is upside down, we'll put the pedals on. And they should say right and left, which they do. So the right side is righty-tighty. And the left side is the opposite. So you would be righty-tighty, but now it's lefty-tighty. Look at that. They give you a pedal wrench. Thank you, Eskute. Yeah, a normal crescent wrench doesn't fit in here. Usually it's too narrow. Oh, this is a light bike too. That's nice. Take these off. Oh, that's a nice looking bike. Look at that. That is very nice. It's very elegant looking. Let's put the kickstand on so it'll stay up on its own. Boom. There you go. Okay, let's put the front fender on. All right. So when you take this top bolt out to put the fender on, looks like you can also install your headlight at the same time. Run the bolt through the light and the fender, and then just screw it in. There you go. Just like that. The fender and the light is installed. All right, so up here they have the keys zip tied to the handlebars, which is pretty common. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to inspect the battery first, make sure everything looks right. So you'll take your keys, and to release the battery, you just put it in. It pops it open like that. Battery tips out. You pull it up like that. And there's your battery. It has all your information on here, by the way. Lithium-ion battery pack, 36 volt, 10.4 amp hours, 347.4 watt hours. All right, so there's your connections to the bike right down there. And that's about it. There's no USB ports or anything like that. You can't use this as a separate battery pack like some bikes. But at this price point, I didn't expect it to. So everything looks good here. Everything looks good in there. Doesn't look like there's anything that shouldn't be there. So you just drop the bottom in first. There's a little tab. And then the top slides in and it should click. There you go. Take your keys out. Take your power pack. Plug it into the wall, plug it in, and in a couple hours it should charge up. This is a smaller amperage battery charger, so I don't know exactly how long it'll take to charge. It depends on how much is already on the batteries. All right, so since this bike comes with a cargo rack and some type of brake light or tail light, let's install it. So it's kind of nice that the bolts are all pre-installed onto the bike, so you don't have to look for a package of nuts and bolts. They're already on the bike. Boom. And there you go. Now you just have to plug in the power cord. So if you see here on your cargo rack, you'll see a wire that goes to a brake light. You'll also see a wire that's loosely zip tied to your bike. Now, if you run this without the cargo rack, you can just zip tie this back onto the bike somewhere out of the way, just so it doesn't get caught up in your chain. Just zip tie it nice and clean. Or if you run the cargo rack, you can connect it, and it only goes one way. There's a little notch that fits into another notch, and there's also arrows that meet up. So you just line those up, and they should just click together just like that. Of course, now you're going to have to zip tie everything to make it look nice. But from here, it's just tightening everything up. Make sure it's nice and safe. So Eskute does provide extra zip ties so you can clean up these wires. There's also a little plastic collar that goes on the stem of the bike. I didn't put it on there when I first installed it, but I'll put it on now. And it looks like they have some extra nuts and bolts for stuff like this. Just in case it went missing in transport, you got little extras here, so that's nice. And they also have a warranty card and a user manual if you want to read through this to see all the specs on it, and also probably some instructions on how to put it together. I put together many e-bikes, so I didn't even need that because I'm basically an expert by now. I'm just kidding, I'm not an expert, but I know what I'm doing here for the most part.
And here it is, fully assembled with the fenders and the cargo rack all attached. And as you can see, this is a really good looking bike. And again, as a reminder, this is a smaller bike. It's a 26-inch wheel set with a step through frame. So this is going to be nice for the ladies and anyone really that's smaller and doesn't want a big humongous e-bike. Again, this bike only costs about $499, and stay tuned for my full review of this bike when it comes to all the features. All right, guys, take care.